A tsunami, often incorrectly called a tidal wave, is a wave or series of waves caused by the displacement of a large volume of water. The displacement is usually caused by an earthquake, volcanic eruption, or other large underwater disturbance. However, landslides and unique atmospheric conditions and storms can cause tsunami events as well. The term tsunami originates from the Japanese word for harbor wave. Tsunamis have been recorded in history as far back as 479 BC and occur over vast regions of the world, including inland lakes, rivers, and harbors. Tsunamis are characterized by a large wave length rather than just a large wave height. Tsunamis may have wavelengths measured in miles, often well over 100 miles long. Because of this, tsunamis often pass unnoticed in the open sea. But when a tsunami reaches shore, the wave piles up and pushes on shore. The long wavelength continues to pile up, pushing more and more water ashore, causing the large, devastating flood of water. Thousands of tsunami events have occurred since records began, and the United States and its territories are one of the most dangerous global regions for tsunamis. While multiple tsunami events can be caused by the same tsunami-generating event, the event records indicate the most susceptible regions. As such, we have reviewed thousands of U.S. tsunami event records from the year 1800 to the present, as published by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, to determine the top U.S. tsunami danger regions. Number 10. Connecticut. Though rare and small, Connecticut has recorded 8 tsunami events, with the highest at just under 8 feet. The New Haven region has recorded the most events, but considering the short coastline of Connecticut, all of the region is susceptible. Number 9. Florida. Like Connecticut, Florida has recorded 8 tsunami events since 1886. The highest was just under 10 feet at Daytona Beach. Considering the much longer coastline of Florida, we have ranked it at a higher danger zone than Connecticut. Number 8. American Samoa. As a Pacific Ocean U.S. territory, American Samoa has recorded 12 tsunami events since 1952, caused by earthquake magnitude events as high as 9.2. The highest recorded wave was just under 5 feet. Pago Pago on the southern coast has historically been the most susceptible region. However, the Samoan Island region is located in the tsunami-vulnerable Ring of Fire danger zone. It is likely that American Samoa is much more vulnerable to tsunamis than the short span of U.S. records indicate. Number 7. New Jersey. Like other U.S. East Coast cities, the historic danger of tsunamis is relatively small. But New Jersey ranks number 7 with 19 tsunami events recorded since 1884. Atlantic City recorded the highest tsunami at just under 10 feet. Atlantic City is also the statistically most vulnerable location, with Sandy Hook second. Number 6. New York. Since 1823, the state of New York has recorded 23 tsunami events. There have even been tsunami events recorded on the New York shores of the Great Lakes. The highest tsunami was over 17 feet, recorded at Willets Point, Queens in 1932. While there are no standout vulnerable locations in New York, considering the long southern-facing shoreline of Long Island, it is probably safe to say that it is the most vulnerable region of New York State. Number 5. Oregon. The rest of our U.S. regions are located in the Pacific Ring of Fire and are statistically much more vulnerable to tsunami events than other coastal regions of the U.S. Oregon comes in at number 5, with 56 reported tsunami events since 1868. But considering the Oregon coastline has been surveyed and observed for a far shorter period than East Coast regions, there have probably been even more events. In fact, Oregon highways and towns are sprinkled with tsunami zone warning signs to alert people to susceptible shorelines and evacuation routes. The highest of the recorded events was over 12 feet at Siuslaw River. All of the Oregon coast is susceptible to tsunamis, with Port Orford, Charleston, and Astoria among the highest in number of recorded events. Number 4. Washington State. Washington tracks closely with Oregon for tsunamis, recording 73 events since 1866. Uniquely, Washington records the Spirit Lake tsunami at 850 feet high, caused by the collapse of the Mount St. Helens volcano in 1980. Furthermore, Roosevelt Lake, created by the construction of the Grand Coulee Dam, is a hotspot for landslide-induced tsunamis. Although localized, the highest Roosevelt Lake tsunami measured 65 feet. The entire coast of Washington is in danger of tsunamis, with Neah Bay statistically the most vulnerable. Number 3. California. With its long exposed coastline, California ranks number 3 in the U.S. for tsunami events. California has recorded 303 tsunami events since 1812. The 1812 tsunami is believed to have been caused by a 7.2 earthquake and ocean landslide in the nearby Santa Barbara Channel. Although the population was small, local missionaries reported damage and that a 283-ton ship washed a half-mile inland before washing back out to sea. San Francisco reports the highest number of events at 34, with San Diego reporting 19 and Crescent City reporting 15. A 1964 tsunami in Crescent City, caused by the 9.2 magnitude Alaska earthquake, inundated 29 city blocks and killed 11. This event initiated the tsunami warning signs now prevalent along the Pacific Northwest coast. Number 2. Alaska. With Alaska's very long coastline and exposure to the Pacific Ocean, the Ring of Fire, and at least 3 other seas surrounding it, Alaska ranks number 2 for tsunami events. Many believe Alaska is number 1 for actual risk. Alaska suffers not only from faraway tsunami-generating events, but like much of the Pacific United States, it can also suffer from its own nearby earthquakes and landslides, as well as localized glacial calving events. Alaska has recorded 384 tsunami events since 1820. The 1964 9.2 magnitude Alaska earthquake caused a large number of listed tsunami events in Alaska and across the Pacific region. But the 1958 Lituya Bay tsunami represents the huge potential of a mega tsunami. On July 9th, a large earthquake struck and caused a massive landslide into Lituya Bay. The landslide-induced tsunami measured over 1,700 feet, washing away trees along the length of the bay. This event caused scientists to recognize landslides, rockfalls, and other similar events as tsunami generators. Number 1. Hawaii. Hawaii easily takes the number 1 spot as the most dangerous U.S. region for tsunamis. Hawaii and its associated territories have recorded 913 tsunami events since 1812, with the largest, at over 55 feet, occurring in 1946 along the northeast coast of the Big Island. Hawaii is particularly vulnerable to Pacific region tsunamis, as it is in the crosshairs of the entire Ring of Fire, with no other land masses to block incoming tsunamis. In addition, Hawaii is itself seismically active and subject to large storm events, resulting in localized tsunami events. As the Hawaiian chain of islands is so exposed to the effects of tsunamis, no single location stands out as the most dangerous. But it is safe to say that any coastal population center is vulnerable to costly damage and death. So there you have it, the top 10 U.S. tsunami danger regions as determined by the number of events recorded by NOAA since 1800. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe so we can continue to bring you in-depth videos.